What is the vegetarian diet really like? Hi, everybody, this is Jane here from Authentic Energy, your transformation coach. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience with a vegetarian diet or transitioning into a plant based diet in the past 2 weeks. So, a lot of you guys have noticed on my social media, on my Instagram and Facebook, that I've been doing this, vegetarian diet for 2 weeks already. I'm doing that with my husband. Actually, it's very simple. 2 weeks ago, my husband said to me, "Hey, honey, should I go on a plant-based diet? Because I want to reduce my internal organ fat, my visceral fat." And I said, "Yeah, you should. Actually, it is actually healthier for you." But we actually have been meat eaters, all our lives. And for me personally, I have been on, sort of like part-time vegetarian diet in the past. I call myself the flexitarian or the part-time vegetarian. But I guess it really depends on my environment, right? Like if I'm with people who embrace eating a lot of meat, then I tend to follow that kind of lifestyle. But also keeping in mind to have a balanced diet since I'm a wellness coach. But anyway, so we decided to embark on the journey of being on vegetarian diet and eventually transition into a full plant-based. So at the moment, we cut out all the meat, all the seafood, and only keeping eggs and dairy. So by dairy, I mean, a little bit of cheese here and there. And we do still eat eggs, not on daily basis, but we do have eggs in some of our meals as well. We figure that, instead of going cold turkey, 100% vegan or plant-based, it's actually better for us to still have a bit of the dairy and the eggs in our diet. That's why I call it the vegetarian. I guess that's probably a bit more politically correct. So how do I feel so far, from my experience? To be honest with you guys, this is actually my first time doing the vegetarian diet without feeling deprived or complaining. In the past, the longest time I have been on like complete vegetarian diet was 6 weeks straight. But I was actually suffering when I was doing the 6 weeks because I think mentally and emotionally I was not ready, but I was doing it for the wrong reason. And that is why when I have this discussion with people, right, I tell people that, I advocate balanced diet. Okay, I don't, actively advocate, one particular diet, but, I do recommend people to pick the right diet for your own health needs, what your moral, your ethics, stand for, right? And I believe a lot of people out there who chose to live on a plant-based lifestyle is due to, say, environmental issues, environmental care, and animal love, and also some are due to health and also spiritual reasons. For me personally, this time I feel so calm and so ready and so body and mind and spirit aligned to do this vegetarian diet. Is mainly because of spiritual reason and also because of health reason. So just very simply, you guys don't really need to hear this from me. You can actually Google or go to Netflix or even just, go to YouTube. You can find a bunch of documentaries talking about the benefits of eating, plant-based and also vegetarian diet instead of, consuming a large quantity of meat. You can see, the dark side of the meat industry, the food manufacturing industry, the behind the scenes, a lot of things that we don't know. And also a lot of times the animal products we consume, right, they actually contain a lot of, like, not just hormones, a lot of, even just diseases. And if you are someone who's very, spiritual, and that, when we eat a slaughtered animal, they, when they got slaughtered, when they died with fear and anxiety, that fear and anxiety is actually a negative prana energy, a negative, energy inside the meat. And when we actually eat that meat, we are what we eat, right? We become that negative energy, that anxiety, that fear. So personally, as a spiritual person, I do not want that in me, and I know that I don't want to promote killing as well. So that's actually one of the main reasons for me. And I know that not having any meat in my diet is going to help me improve my meditation and my spiritual journey as well. Okay, so if you guys want to know more about the relationship between a plant-based diet and a spiritual practice, I can make a separate video about it. Okay, so the question that most of you guys ask me is, have you noticed any body change? Have you noticed any weight changes ever since you start your plant-based diet? I mean, your vegetarian diet. I'll tell you the truth. I've only been on this for 2 weeks. And what happened in the first week is my weight increased. Okay, yes, seriously, I'm not kidding you. It's because the first week, we were actually exploring, the different choices we could eat, the different type of food that we could have. And so we end up eating a lot of carbohydrates. So that actually really added to our weight gain. So the second week, which is this week that just ended, we actually incorporate this holistic nutrition meal portion, which is 80% vegetables and then 20% protein, plant-based protein. So pretty much, all my meals this week would be like 20% like beans, lentils, and things like that. Black beans are really amazing. That would take up, 20% of the meal plate, and then 80% would be like a variety of vegetables. So, the first week we probably didn't consume a good amount of vegetables, but a lot of, starchy carbohydrates. So we gained the weight. And then this week, actually, my weight dropped. I actually lost 1 kilograms this week just by changing my meal portion to 20/80. Okay, so in the past, I would actually have about maybe like 30% or like sometimes 40% of my meal plate as the meat protein, and the other half will be vegetables. But now by changing it into that, adjustment, that meal portion, I can really start to feel, my body change. That's my weight change. Okay, and in terms of my, how do I feel hungry? Do I feel full? Or how's my energy? None of that has changed actually. I don't really notice any difference in there. If anything, I'll say, I feel more alert and focused, and also I don't feel so chaotic in my mind. But honestly, I'm still as energetic as, I have always been, and I don't really see any changes in me. And it really helped me, getting up early in the morning, like 5 a.m. every day. And a lot of you guys have seen that I start my breakfast club, so it really helped me. Okay, so another question is, how do we do meal prep? Is it difficult to eat at home, to cook at home, to eat out? From our 2 weeks, truth be told, it is very difficult if you have to eat out, right? Because you can't just like walk into any restaurant, or you can go to any takeout and just order anything off the menu. You really have to like search, do the research, and know what, vegetarian places or even vegetarian friendly places are there. And just even, your average restaurants, do they have any, options on the menu? Like proper, substantial vegetarian dishes on the menu, right? Not just like a salad. That's pretty sad, right? That's pathetic. So by being vegetarian right now, I realize that you really don't have that many options. But what we have found is that a lot of Indian restaurants have fantastic vegan or vegetarian options on the menu. So because of that reason, we start visiting many nice Indian restaurants in town in Vancouver here. But also at the same time, we have to keep in mind that when you eat out, it's still very high calories, right? So for that reason, we still have to kind of like, curb it. We can't overdo it. And of course, recently, me and my husband, we start to watch a lot of YouTube, videos on how to cook, say, vegan burgers, or, making different dishes out of, the plant-based ingredients. So we can actually start preparing more options for ourselves, since, we're such foodies, and also especially my husband loves cooking so much. And do we miss eating meat? For me, I'm okay actually. I know my husband does, but for me, every time I do have those moments where I look at something, whether it's like prosciutto or ham, or I don't know, barbecue, I have those moments like, oh, too bad, we can't really do that anymore. Or you think of something that you used to consume in the past, for like ribs, you're like, ooh, okay, too bad we can't do it. But then when I think about my why I decided to embark on this journey, I actually just dropped that right away. Like, you know what? I don't want to take in all those, negative energy from all the fear and, the fear and anxiety from the animal's death into my body. I don't want to be made of that. Then that thought of, oh, I wish I was like, licking a chicken wing or something, that thought just left me right away. So it's very quick for me to drop that thought, and I actually don't crave it. So it's fantastic. And also, of course, we need to know, how we can come up with yummy recipes so that, we can eat, well. Okay, so finally, before I go, this one is actually very, very important. And for those of you guys who are thinking about going on a vegetarian diet or, going into plant-based, this thing is gonna like motivate you a lot. You're gonna end up saving a lot of money. It's true. Your grocery bill will be so much, cheaper than, your grocery bill where it involves a lot of like meat products. So that to us is like a big bonus. We're like, yeah, we're saving a lot of money now that we're on, a vegetarian diet versus before we're like, oh my God, we spend so much money each week. So that to us is like actually the biggest motivation. Right, so it's better for your health, when you're on a plant-based or, a vegetarian diet, and also it's better for your wallet too. Okay, so for that reason, we're very happy to be on it. Okay, so I'm happy to make more videos about vegetarian or plant-based diet lifestyle, in the future, because it's still very new for us. So we have to keep on going, and we will document how we feel. I will make one video about how what we eat in a day, and I'm very happy that I can supplement some of the the nutrients, with my amazing, nutrition programs. So I have no issues at all. So I'm happy to make a separate episode to tell you guys what I eat in a day to sustain the energy and to make sure that I have the right nutrients in my body. I have not lost my muscle mass at all. I've lost body fat actually and dropped the weight, but my muscle mass has not dropped at all. So okay, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys are on plant-based diet or if you're a vegetarian, I would love to hear from you and to hear from you guys what your suggestions are, right? So let me know what you guys are tuning in from as well. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of got some answers from this video. I look forward to making more videos about the healthy living. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, okay? Because this year I'm dedicated to making videos to inspire you guys to have the body mind transformation